everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Northie, and today we are going to be looking in and seeing how the overseas duo and the little puppet, the Reich Minister for Propaganda, Scabies, is getting on with the tarot deck. So we're going to have a look into that. There's been some press releases over the weekend. If you've missed them, I have posted a load in the community section if you want to go and have a little bit of a look over there. And there's loads of stuff floating around on X, on Reddit. There's lots of things that have happened, lots of stories that have come out this weekend. My spidey sense, my instinct, my psychic instinct thinks Eugenie's done something stupid. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only, I have to say that, but I feel that there will be something coming out with Eugenie. That's just right off the bat. But before we get into all of that, before we go into all of that stuff, I'm trying to get to 8k subscribers, and once we get to 8k, we are going to have a little bit of a giveaway. So I make these Johnny Thompson prayer candles. Yes, I make them myself. Do you like them? Very handsome, isn't he? So I don't sell them. I just make them for the channel for fun. So yeah, so you can win one of them. And I don't make these, but I have got a Queen Elizabeth bauble. So I've got one prayer candle with a bauble to give away, and one bauble by itself, like a different Queen Elizabeth. You'll see on the stream when it happens. So please share, like, comment any way you can to support my channel. It really helps me out. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your support. And with all the housekeeping done, let's get right into it. Let's dig in. Let's have a look see. So we're going to start off with Mr. Scabies, who is apparently he's either a Leo or a Cancer, or is it a Gem? He's in the summer months. His age changed. He got called out in an article this weekend because he told them he was 33 when he was really 40. Vanity. Oh, and he's had no work done as well. I mean, really? Are they just... I mean, really? Okay. So how is Omid getting on pre-release of Finding Freedom? What's it called? Endgame. Finding Freedom. Spare. Endgame. They like doing things, I have noticed, on around full moons in Gemini. They also like doing things around waning moons. I'm going to do another video on that because I think that's where their spell work and energy comes in. So all of this is pretty planned. So let's have a look and see what's going on with Omid, Scooby, and Endgame. How is he feeling? What's his relationship like? Is he in clink? Oh, okay. So he is going up against it. He has got the Emperor here. He is thinking of the king. I don't know what King Charles has done to Omid Scooby, but the Emperor there, the patriarchy, that big male masculine energy. And when you're talking about royal families and monarchies, the king would come through as the Emperor in the tarot. He is really bothered by the king. I think Omid Scabies is driven by a hatred of King Charles. Let's see what's crossing over. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. This is their strategy. This is their strategy of how they are doing things. They are trying to play a long game, but things are getting a little bit flustered. All of that mean girl energy is giving him jip. All of that mean girl energy he's putting out, he doesn't necessarily like it when the heat is turned around onto him. So what we have above is the Empress in reverse. And that is really telling me they've got the Emperor and the Empress both in here. He's really trying to get that Diana crown for Harry. He really is. This guy, do you know who Renfield is? In Dracula, to be Bram Stoker's Dracula, Renfield's like Dracula's little servant. He scuttles around the place and he does all the nasty deeds, and he's completely obsessed by Dracula. Omid Scooby is really giving me Renfield vibes. Really giving me Renfield vibes. 10 of Wands. He is going to say it's a relief that all this has been lifted off him. He's been carrying it for so long. He inserted himself. And the reason he's inserted himself is for the coin. They want to set up, all three of them, a rival court, along with all of the people who are tagging along with them. I need to do a reading on a certain someone. It has been requested. The 6 of Swords in reverse. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse. The Magician trying to pull everything together. The Page of Wands in reverse. The 4 of Coins, the 4 of Discs in reverse, and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay. Omid is going to be making some mischief and noise for a while. He's got books to sell. He is going to come out and put more pressure on the royal family. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse, he really wants to. He really, really wants to make a meal of it. Really, he wants to do as much damage as he possibly can. The 6 of Swords is in reverse, leaving the situation. So I think we're going to hear that Omid has had to run away and exile himself away from Britain. I think we're going to get Omid's freedom flight, or whatever he was going to call it, next. He's going to start making things about him. He wants the attention. The Magician, he's trying to pull everything together, but what is surrounding him is frustration and anger, and he's making mistakes out of ego, guys. So he thinks he's got it all together today. But he hasn't. That Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands in reverse around him shows me that he's going to get flustered. He's going to get annoyed. He's going to get peeved off. He's going to be overly piffy. He's going to come across as aggressive and whiny. The 4 of Pentacles in reverse, what's he scared of? He's scared of everything going wrong. Everything going boom, boom, boom. Loss of grip, loss of control, loss of financial, loss of being grounded. So he's all right coming for a whole family of people that he doesn't really know or have access to. He's only trying to right the wrongs of his masters. And the Knight of Wands in reverse is going to be more anger. And he's going to try and try and try. He's thrown as much spite. He's thrown as much stuff at the royal family. He is trying to get them to respond to him. Somebody wasn't breastfed. Allegedly, whatever. Let's have a look and see how Megsy's getting on, and then we'll have a look at Harry. Of course, we heard how Megsy was, of course, Diana incarnate, and phoned Omid up when he'd had threats on the internet, because do you know what, he's like on Twitter, not that he's blocked me, I don't know. He goes around, he's big badass kind of like, oh, I'm going to say this, this and this, and he doesn't expect anyone to disagree with him. Let's have a look how Maggie's getting on. Six of Pentacles. Give and take. To say that her fingerprints are all over this book is an understatement. She thinks the stuff in this book will reframe Meghan as being caring, empathetic, and generous. She reached out to King Charles to tell him who the two, not one, and not unconscious bias anymore, two racists were in the royal family. So she thinks she's got this air of benevolence at this minute. There's the magician crossing over. That's what Omid is. They are. This is why I like working in layers. They are in it. She doesn't want to get found out, though. She wants to be holier than thou. Do you know what really triggered them was the coronation? They didn't like the coronation. They didn't like the fact that the king was popular. We've got the Nine of Cups underneath. And they've really struggled with that, you know, really struggled with the coronation. I feel as well with the Nine of Cups in reverse, she's going to make a big deal like, oh yes, I was invited, but I didn't go because I'm not getting involved in that over there. The palace never leaked for years. There was no leaks from the palace, no rumours, no nothing. Just Prince Andrew stuff. There was nothing. And then, boom, Megxie appeared. The Eight of Wands is in reverse. This is very much of kind of trying to merge this whole, I feel like I can't stay in the UK, and then Eight of Wands is in reverse, and she's very kind of like, all of these puff pieces, all of this noise about little old me, and she's going to try and reframe herself as like kind of like Mother Teresa. So she's gone from a Valley girl, suitcase girl, basically, and then she was a legal genius in suits, and then she was a UN ambassador, and now she's a mom, and she's going to be very heavy on the mom, and maybe a bit of spiritual stuff thrown in there too. I still think that's coming. We have got the Knight of Pentacles coming up. Harry's going to go out and be such a lovely. If you don't make, I'm talking to Omen Scoobies, if you don't make Princess Megxie into Princess Diana Scooby Doobies, you are toast, because you're not going to make her into Princess Diana. We have got the Three of Wands. She is sick of you. You are the magician crossing over her. She's hopeful that you'll make right, correct the record again about everything which he's doing with this tome. However, what's really bugging Meghan is she wants to be Diana 2.0. The Ace of Cups is surrounding her. That's an inversion of spirit. They are trying to adopt Diana's essence into what they do. But you can't make people see what's not there. You really can't. We have got what Megxie wants in this. We've got the Star. Now, if you've been with me for a while, you know the Star was coming up a lot. And that came up a lot for the new Caroline era. And the Star in reverse as well, because people are still not used to it. I mean, I am. but Megsie and Harry can't figure it out. Some people quite close up to the royal family can't necessarily figure it out. And I think King Charles is a difficult man for them to read because he is deep. He's a Scorpio. He's a deep thinker. He likes to take his time. They are wanting to get a reaction from King Charles. This is what this is. This is the real kind of like, ooh, we can say all of this stuff. They are wanting to get a reaction from King Charles. She's going to bring out her hubby. He will be going through a devaluation season with this. He has signed off on all of this as well, you know. Even though they've said they're stepping back from it, they're not think to do with amid scabies. Yeah, they're going to try and step back. They're going to try and step back from it. It's going to go wrong. Harry is going to pop up sooner rather than later. The Three of Cups is in reverse, so I feel like we're going to get some gossip about Meghan. We're going to get some gossip about their friendship with Omid Scooby. She wants rid of him. He is going. He is being markled. And he doesn't even realise it. She wants everyone to look at her and think she's working. She's doing really well. She's a wholesome mom. But she's still salty about the coronation. What's Harry like? The Tower. I feel like we're going to get some bigger news about Harry's relationship with the royal family. The Tower's been coming up a lot for them. A lot for them. And this is when your whole world falls apart. All of those little things that used to get Harry off with stuff like, oh, he is the second son. He needs to be more included in everything. Oh, he's the poor boy, 12 years old, walking behind the coffin. All of that stuff, all of that leeway he had. And he's lost all of that, and that was a privilege. And he's lost it all by his own hands. He's going to lose more things that were a privilege to him. The privilege of his birthright. It's a big thing for the Tower, especially with royals and aristocracy, especially when you're talking about your status, who you are, what you do. He's basically fraternizing with people who are taking massive stabs at the monarchy and wanting the monarchy to fail. I feel like he is on uneven sand and he knows it. There's the Knight of Wands. So he thinks Scooby is being a little bit hot-headed here, and the Page of Cups is in reverse. I wonder if there is stuff in that book about the Wales' children. It's something I've been predicting for a while, actually. For a fair while. The Page of Cups is in reverse. The Eight of Swords is in reverse as well. The Eight of Swords, he's trying to figure out where he's going, what he's doing next. But the Tower is a very overwhelming thing to go through. The Knight of Wands crossing over. That could be Megsie's rage. That could be... And we've got the King of Swords leaving the situation. Then we have the Moon. That's another card that's been coming out quite regularly for him. Then we have the Page of Swords. Then we have the High Priestess. Then we have the Ten of Cups. And then we have the Four of Swords. Okay. Harry is not doing well. And that is not to elicit sympathy. I'm just telling you what the cards are saying. But he has made his own bed and he needs to lie in it. Basically, nobody can come helicoptering in and rescuing him. He's done this. He's taken every ounce of goodwill and thrown it up the wall. And the cards are really reflective of that. We have got the Page of Swords here. We have the King of Swords leaving the situation. I wouldn't be surprised if revelations like this linked to Harry and Meghan has invoked some responses from politicians behind the scenes. Because after all, the king is the head of state. And what Omen Scooby wants to do is create a baying mob going, ooh, shame on him, and ooh, look at him. He has someone put an inch of toothpaste on his toothbrush or whatever it is, or he needs socks. You know what, socks, not socks. He needs to have his laces ironed every time he gets new laces, or whatever it is. Whatever it is, he's trying to humiliate King Charles. The Page of Swords. Harry is bought in with this. Harry is bought in with all of this. Harry doesn't realise the bad luck, his difficulties that he is having with that tower moment. Harry doesn't realise that he is bringing it all on himself. He doesn't realise his actions are bounding back on him. He can't fix it because he's willfully been, and still is, because he's spiteful. He still is there. He still is holding that energy. He still is, yeah, get him, tell them. He wants everyone to be told all the pain him and Megsie have suffered, and how wrong William and Catherine and Queen Camilla and King Charles are. Evil. And we're just like nice, innocent Californians. That's what they want. But what they're going to get, the High Priestess is around Harry. He needs to be careful because there will be some secrets that come out. And that is not me threatening. That's just the energy on these cards. The secrets will come out and it will be uncomfortable for him. It won't be uncomfortable for Megsie because everything is fuel. Everything is a way to exert some control. She'll be like, oh, she could use some of these secrets and some of these things that are going to be said about Harry to her advantage when the time comes. And it'll come. The moon, mental health. We're going to get a lot of Harry's mental health. We're going to hear about it, about the struggles. They're also going to try and do some trickery in the coming weeks, and Harry is going to be brought in with it as well. Omid is getting markled, but Megsie isn't completely out of the game with him just yet. She still wants some control because he's speaking to the press and he's talking about them, so he's not completely out there yet because he's still crossing over her. He's the magician in his spread. What's crossing over Megsie was the magician. He's still involved. What's crossing over Harry is the Knight of Wands. That Knight of Wands can well be Megsie's kind of... What Harry wants, he just wants happy families with his kids and his wife. But Megsie's done with Harry as well. The Four of Swords is an interesting one because the Four of Swords is coming up a lot. And when it is in reverse, it can be my death card. It isn't always, but it can signify death. Four of Swords, this is on about a heritage, legacy, taking time out to reflect on those things, taking time out to heal, taking time out to grieve. And I think here with the Four of Swords, this could well be somebody passing who is near Harry and Meghan, because there's been a death card coming out and out again with Meghan. Now, don't panic, don't worry. Last time that happened, it turned out it was somebody in suits. So I don't want anybody going, oh, it's going to be this person, it's going to be that person. It could be the gardener. It could be somebody who does the lawn. It could be, but it will affect them. And it's more linked to Meghan than Harry. So it could be their driver, it could be the security guard, Kronk. It could be anyone. So it's best not to kind of go, oh my God, Thomas Markle, because I know everyone goes there, but it's no good predicting somebody's death. There is going to be a death. That's just a natural part of life. But according to the cards, there is something on the horizon that it will touch Harry and Meghan. Now, I don't get it when I read the royals, so I don't believe it is the royals per se. But I do think Harry and Meghan are going to have a rocky year. They haven't learned anything. Nothing at all. So, to summarize, thank you very much for being here. If you've made it this long, please leave me a moon in the comments, because it is full moon today. Please leave one in the comments if you made it this far, just to let me know. And to summarize, Megsy is still being Megsy. They're hoping to rebuff some stories with this whole Finding Greedom, whatever it's Endgame. I can't remember what it's called. Omid is got a little hate boner for King Charles, and of course Harry is all over the place. And I would be surprised if he says something about the Wales's children or something about the Wales's children in Omid's book. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you've enjoyed the reading, and thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye, everyone.